Hello and welcome to the Green Machine, your home for Irish football news and nostalgia. I'm David, your host, joined by Martin and Nick. And as you can see, I'm in a cubby hole somewhere in Ireland. Martin's where he normally is, in a pub. And, well, Nick's at home. He's in Dublin because he actually lives here. Chaps, how are you doing? It's International Week. We're all a bit knackered from last night. Crisk Awards. That was a bit of crack, wasn't it? Nick, good to see you awake. This time, I think.
Yeah, I was saying to the lads off air. I was in bed by 10:30, I was asleep by 10:30. But I actually left the Crisk Awards at 12.
Yes, you did. I was actually going to post for a few selfies with you, but any time I could get my phone out, it was like you sensed it. And Martin, how are you doing? We crack a night last night. You managed. We had a couple of legends there. You managed to annoy one of them, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I really annoyed John Giles. I got him to sign some of our posters that we gave him, and he was like, he actually looked up at one stage and he kind of gave me a death stare as if like, "Are you taking the piss?" Because I did. I got a poster. We're gonna get up there, aren't we? Soon. I'll take a photo of it. And now we're gonna offer it out as a prize to our illustrious listeners and viewers. And look, it was an amazing night, lads. Thanks very much for your input and. Thanks as well to everyone who was there, who was so nice about the podcast. It was brilliant for us to support it and, meeting up with the listeners and stuff. I know, Dave, you were really happy that you asked for selfies and stuff like that. I know you had your eye on a few particular people present who you were disappointed didn't come up and ask you for selfies, Dave, with what they were wearing. But
I was not disappointed because everybody I was too busy having selfies done, Martin, to be disappointed, as you know yourself. But yeah, if you were wondering what that queue was there last night, well, come on. And that's the poster, by the way, which actually very nice story because Packy Bonner and Johnny Giles were there last night, and Packy actually got Johnny Giles to sign that poster for himself. And then Martin ruined the whole moment and went up with about 50 posters to try and get John to
exactly.
And other bits and pieces. I'd say Crown Plaza now be doing an out stock take today, and be wondering, Jesus, where's the chairs gone? Are you getting the plane or the ferry back, Martin?
No, I'm getting the plane back. Look, as I said, it was an absolutely fantastic night, and I just want to say, well done, Dave, as well, and Nick, for I know it's self-praise, no praise, but we've done all the videos for it. It was brilliant to be part of the Confederation of Supporters Club's 10-year anniversary. Even chatting to Packy Bonner, he was delighted with the videos that we did, the montage of him, John Giles as well, and even the Player of the Year awards. Obviously, cousin Will, well done on getting the Under 21 award. I was delighted and very honoured, obviously, to present that to him, keeping it in the family, of course. But that's where it was. I think Stephen Kenny actually said about the Will, being an absolute athlete. His mum's an athlete, his auntie is as well, and I'm a distant cousin, so I know that obviously didn't kind of extend along the family tree my athleticism, but
that's not what you were saying last night. He was half fucking trolleyed last night. I'm an athlete going around. We actually did, we got to we'll share some photographs from last night actually. There's Packy and Johnny up there having a nice little reminiscence on the stage, and here is the lads, the Green Machine podcast with
it's a lovely jersey, Dave.
It is a lovely shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rumor has it that might be going on sale very soon once we figure out a few things. And here's one. This cousin Will. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Nick, what are you doing to me?
Well, actually, originally you were just standing right in front of me, and I was like, "Here, Dave, duck down there." But no, I mean, you're as you said, you've always told me that you appreciate my input, so we might as well get photo evidence.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I only just noticed that.
I my 10-year-old nephew in it.
Yeah.
How old are you, Joe? 11-year-old nephew. He can't hear. It's okay. Yes, very touchy. But there's cousin Will, there's Nathan Collins, and everybody there from Risk London. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic night. Really did enjoy it, and we got some lovely comments coming in there. So we're going to get stuck into our preview. That's what we're here for. The Republic of Ireland start off their European Euro 2024 qualifying campaign tomorrow night against a very much fancy French. Now, we will get, if you have any comments, anything to say, any questions, as always, leave a comment, get involved. This is live. on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And of course, if you're listening to the audio, do bear with us. Martin is in a pub and we're not in our usual place. So the quality might not be the usual standard that we have. So do bear with us on that one. Lads, let's get into it. So France, obviously, they've already kicked off the campaign. We had a friendly against Latvia 3-2. Bit iffy. But France got off to a sparkling start at home to probably, let's be honest, the nearest rivals, the Netherlands. And that was in Paris, I believe. And they hammered the Dutch 4-0. Griezmann with a goal.
Upamecano.
Upamecano, up down with a goal. And Mbappe with 2. There was 3-0 up at half time. Absolute battering. They had 8 shots on target. Although the Dutch had 5 shots on target. I know the Dutch were depleted, but the French were absolutely phenomenal. Well, put it this way, lads. If we do forfeit the match, it'll only be 3.
Yeah, very true. I know the Dutch are depleted, but like it's, all those Dutch lads would get an air lineup, wouldn't they? But look, it was smash bang, wasn't it? Like they were 3-0 up after 21 minutes. They're very, very fluid, France. Like they're a beautiful team. I think I know Argentina won the World Cup, but I think this French team, I think they've been the best team in the world for the last couple of years.
Yeah,
I'm nervous. I don't like. I'll probably eat my words tomorrow night, but I don't think they're going to thump us. But I think it's going to be a very, very difficult one for the lads.
Yeah. What about you, Martin? You're the eternal optimist, although not quite as optimistic as Niall Quinn against Sweden. But how do you reckon? Just before we get into it, how you feeling? How's your look ahead of tomorrow night?
No, I'm optimistic as always with Ireland and stuff. I like the way Nick nicked Stephen Kenny's line there. Nick, as Stephen Kenny said last night, France are the best team over the last 8 years. It was, Nick, if you think about it in World Cup.
8 years,
so
okay.
Probably dreamt it. He probably thought he dreamt it, Martin, when he was passed out.
Yeah, look, I'm optimistic. They come to Dublin. I think the call last night again. I know I keep referencing the awards and stuff, but like Jerry McEnany, the FAI president, Paki Bonner said it as well. We need to really create a massive atmosphere at the Aviva, have it rocking. We haven't actually sold out the Aviva in our history. I think maybe about 4 or 5 times we've had a packed house, and it is tomorrow. So we really need to be loud. It's under the lights. It's dark. We're going to go for it. I think. Kenny's talking about the technical side of it, the low block and defending this, but, he wants to play out and go for it. They're an incredible team. Look, I said it last night to anyone as well who was listening when I was probably eulogising about football and everything like that, chatting to people about the hopes for the team against France. And we want France to batter everyone in the group apart from us, and then we're playing for second. And if we can nick a point tomorrow night, which would be absolutely fantastic, I'd be delighted with that. And then it's all about us. Obviously, managing the rest of the campaign correctly.
Well, let's have a look at the French. Against the Dutch, they lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Frightening, really. Griezmann and Mbappe behind Kolo Muani and Coman, obviously, there as well. How are we going to play? We're going to go, I'd imagine, 3-5. Well, we're going to play the 5 at the back, aren't we? The 2 wing backs. Your man, Callum O'Dowd, Martin, I say you're crestfallen today. I say you almost bloody shat yourself. He looks to be a doubt.
Yeah, he is a doubt, and I'm surprised at that because I actually ran in. Listen, pick this name drop off the floor. Ran into him today, actually, at the Castle Knock, and I said to him, "Mate, hey Finn, you right? You ready for tomorrow? Well done on the goal the other night." And he said he was feeling fine, but obviously he's not probably going to tell me because he probably thinks Prendergast, French name, definitely a bit of a history there. Perhaps my allegiance is. We often question Nick's surname as well with the Portuguese allegiance, so maybe he was a little bit worried about that.
But no, he didn't really. Full, Martin, but anyway.
Yeah, he didn't really. He didn't disclose that he was a doubt. And I think one thing I'd say about it, it's disappointing because I obviously do rate him. I think he's done very well, and he played well the other day, I thought. And again, I've often said about his tactical astuteness. I think in a game like this, he will be disciplined and things. So I think it is a challenge. I'd rather him there than McLean. But then it's a weird one today. That's just come out of left field for me that Robbie Brady's been called up because why was Brady not in the original, squad? Like, why has he not been there? Why didn't we pick a bigger squad if you're going to do this? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Nick, Martin wants, I doubt it, doesn't want McLean. Who do you want left wing back?
if McLean's or if O'Dowd is fit, it doesn't look like he is. But I mean, Martin's got the inside information. When he bumped into him in his room, or sorry, in the he did a Dave and Jim Beglin kind of thing.
Yeah, but I did it with panache though.
Yeah, panache. Yeah, I like that word. O'Dowd did it well the other night. He's direct. He's good. I think he's going to offer a little bit more than McLean going forward. Kenny's going to go for experience. He is going to go for McLean. I'd have Brady for the simple fact that he does give that bit more than James McLean. Brady has been good defensively in the past, and I think a lot of people, I think
Nick's had a bit of a meltdown there, a bit of a technical glitch.
Yeah, that has happened before.
Yeah, I think Nick's doing his Scatman John impression there. So sorry about that. We'll try and get Nick back on there. So I'm sorry. Why don't people want McLean starting? I think he's best to have a real go at France tomorrow. If we're going to play, yeah, he's just confirmed there. Nick's laptop is shut down. No worries, Nick. We'll get you back on once we can. I'm going to remove him there from the stream. These things happen, unfortunately, folks. We are not in our usual spot, and I think Nick's pet hamster has just died. But yeah, Martin, like, what is it about people that want McLean starting? You want Dowd. Well, we know you want Dowd starting, but I think McLean is gonna be our best chance of really getting at the French if we're gonna really go for it. And Stephen Kenny has spoken about, he was quite bullish last night, as he always is. He was actually great last night. Stephen Kenny, now he's an absolute gentleman, I must say. First time meeting him in the flesh. Here's a bit of a name drop for you. But if we're really going to go toe-to-toe, and it sounds like he's going to try and take the game too, then why not have someone like James McLean? He's going to run onto the balls. He's going to really have a go with them. His delivery seems to be, I think his delivery has improved immensely since Stephen Kenny has taken over. Like, I don't understand why the lack of love towards James McLean.
It's not a lack of love towards him. I think he's a very, very good player, but I think he's I would just prefer O'Dowd in there, to be honest. And I think
I know that, yeah.
No, but I just think I think he's played there more regularly at the left wing back. I think he offers a little bit more there in that role, and I think obviously out the experience of playing the other night, it's a bit more settled. And I don't think McLean was rested the other night. Josh Cullen was rested for this game. I don't really necessarily think McLean was. Because in the build-up to the game against Latvia, he was really talked up, wasn't he? That he was going to, he's talking up how good and how he thought O'Dowd was. So I think that's why he's the choice there. I do think McLean is obviously important for us. I don't think we're going to be able to get at them as much, though. I think it will be a containment thing, and I think it will be in the sporadic periods where O'Dowd I don't think it's going to be like the ball's being slipped through for McLean to go through as a wing-back. I don't think that's really going to how we're going to be able to play against them. So, even the fact that, you can think Mikey Johnson, maybe later on in the game, if it is that, he would be the threat for me up there with the pace and delivery. But I don't know if McLean's as disciplined as O'Dowd, for me anyway.
Okay. Well, Nick,
sorry,
you replaced your pet hamster running your internet over there.
Yeah. Sorry about that, lads, and sorry to the audio listeners. Just on the left back. Look, I think. Even Dan McDonnell had a tweet there earlier, didn't he? He said that it looked like Callum O'Dowd was expected to start tomorrow. I thought he did well the other night. I think the way to look at it is Kenny's going to go for James McLean for the fact that he's experienced, for the fact that he's quite physical. He probably fancies him against whoever, Mbappe or Coleman, whoever he's playing. McLean gets caught out around the back a lot. Robbie Brady historically has kind of come up with the defensive goods when he's had to. I mean, I remember any time Hull will play Liverpool or Hull will play Norwich, even when they were in the Premier League, he absolutely, have Raheem Sterling in his back pocket. People probably don't remember that, but I specifically remember like the praise that he got around that, So anytime he's had to come up with the defensive goods, he has. Now that's historically. Can he do it now? Jesus, I don't know. Like he's lost a few yards. The one thing I say about Brady is he gives you creativity, he gives you technical ability, he gives you versatility, and he gives you experience. And with McLean, you're going to get the physicality. And I have to say, like James McLean has an excellent delivery, and he doesn't get enough credit about that. But if Brady will give you more, defensively, I'd have concerns about all three of them, to be honest. So it's a difficult one. There's talk of Matt Doherty going to left back if Seamus Coleman is fit. I don't really see that happening, but it's going to be McLean, no doubt.
I thought Doherty was very pedestrian the other night, and I don't think he tracked back. I think he didn't do any tracking, did he? Was it the first goal? Was it the first Latvia goal? He was very pedestrian. He just kind of stood off.
I think for a guy who was captain in his country for the first time, you should have seen a bit more urgency from him. But he's not sharp, he's not playing football. Yeah. But look, he's another shout. But no, it'll be McLean. I'd personally have Brady. I think there's concerns with all three of the lads, to be honest, playing against that French team.
I mean, they're not left. We don't have an actual left wing back. They're all sort of converted left wing backs, aren't they? For me, I'd start with McLean at first, because you're going to want to trying to get stuck in early to the French. I'd imagine you're going to want to make the sellout 51,000 crowd count. So how do you do that? Have a go with them, get those balls into the box, see what you can get out of it. And I think eventually you'd be looking to bring Robbie Brady on. I wouldn't be touching O'Dowda with a barge pole. Sorry, just not for me. Not for a game like this. Too safe. Too safe for me. Don't think he gives us enough on the left. I'm not saying anything new there, but I definitely think Brady isn't going to give you 90 minutes.
No, he's not. Definitely not. No.
So I think McLean and Brady as a package, to be honest. Speaking of, that was one thing, obviously, with the Latvia game. The lack of intensity, the lack of concentration, lack of professionalism. We have to have the perfect game, don't we, against France? We have to have a bit of luck. We have to be brave and we have to be bold, but we have to have the perfect game.
Yeah, you also have to hope that they don't as well.
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of things that have to go our way. Simple things like the referee, things with the referee has to go well. You have to hope that the likes of Mbappe, Coleman, who's such an important player, underappreciated player, that they aren't, fully at it. And that's rarely the case. Griezmann as well. He just kind of knits everything nicely together. He kind of plays in that kind of orthodox kind of midfield or deep kind of line midfield role. So, if they can kind of stem things with him, I think Jason Malumbi's got a very, very important role tomorrow night. Disrupting the French in possession. I think he lacks a huge amount, but it's these kind of games I think Malumbi's going to be very, very effective. So there's a lot of factors that have to come into play tomorrow for a result to pull off. And as I said, if you look at that Scotland team that came to Lansdowne Road last year, a decent Scotland team, I thought they were going to absolutely thump us, and they were horrific. They missed a lot of good opportunities in the first half, and we took advantage of that. So you need that. You need a bit of an off day, and you need a little bit of luck from the opposition.
Right. So let's have a look, lads. What team are we going to go with? In goal, it's got to be Bazunu. Callagher, I'm probably going to get shot for saying this. I thought it was very poor for the first goal. It looked great on camera, but when you look at it, it's not top corner. He should be saving it. He should be, shouldn't he, really? So obviously it's going to be Bazunu. He's gone again. I didn't realize Nick was such a Callagher fan. He's coming back in there again. Oh, he's in and out. Sorry for offending you there, Nick, about Creeving Gallagher. So, Bazunu and goal. Nick, you want Brady left wing back. Martin, you want O'Dowda left wing back. Who are we going?
I want O'Dowda, but I would have Brady in there if it's not O'Dowda above McLean. I still would. Definitely.
Okay.
It's going to be what we want, what both of us want. The complete opposite is going to happen. And we did a poll there actually, we did a poll there on our Twitter, and but even just to go through the kind of results of it, not that many people were actually too keen on James McLean starting. So I think it's just something to keep in mind. There was 43%. Yeah, there was 43% for Matt Doherty, 31% for James McLean, 26% for Robbie Brady. So Robbie Brady was pulling away at one stage out of 219 votes. So most people want Matt Doherty in there. Again, O'Dowda, if he's fit, it kind of depends. I love Brady, but again, I'd have concerns about Brady starting all the same.
Okay, fair enough. So left wing back, we're looking at Brady first, then O'Dowda. Who are we going with centre back? I heard a little bit of talk that some people weren't very impressed with Nathan Collins. We love Nathan Collins. He's gone right to the top. Wasn't great against Latvia. I don't think any of the three defenders, O'Shea, Bomadelli, and Collins, covered themselves in glory. To be honest with you, I thought we were very bad. Although, to be fair, Bomadelli was coming back from a long layoff. Who are we going? Who's our back three? I think it's got to be Egan, Collins, and actually Abomadelli instead of O'Shea. That's who I go with the three. Martin, what three would you go in the centre?
I think he's going to go with Egan, Collins, and I think he will stick with O'Shea. Although I wouldn't be surprised actually if maybe he does go. Even Coleman could go back in there because I think I can't see him not playing Doherty, and I think I'm actually going to change it. I'm going to go with Coleman being fit, Egan and Collins. I think he'll drop O'Shea. I wasn't even very impressed with O'Shea the other night, to be honest.
No. Well, no, because he cleaned out your man, didn't he? I doubt it. That's it now. He's on the list. Nick, who do you reckon? Who would you like to see?
I'd like Abomadelli, Collins, and Egan, but I think it's going to be it'll be Coleman, Collins, Egan.
Coleman, okay.
But I'd like the other. I'd like Abomadelli, Collins, and Egan.
So I take it Matt Doherty's going to play right wing back.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough. Midfield, going to go with the Holy Trinity of Cullen, Knight, and Malumbi.
Cullen, Knight, and Smallbone, or Cullen, Malumbi, Smallbone. I think. I predict that, and that's also what I'd like.
Martin,
I'd like to see that as well. And I think cousin Will offers a lot. He was very clever the other day, dropping into different spaces and stuff. I think Kenny, this is a big test for Kenny, this decision, to be honest, because I think it's a bit safe if he goes with Knight. And I don't see the fact, again, that he rested him. I think he has to have a bit of creativity and be able to kind of manoeuvre people around the pitch when he needs to. We've got to get service up to, I assume, the two guys up front. So I think he will go with Will and put him in there. And, Cullen coming in there is just going to give us a lot of maturity, I think. And Malumbi, he did a lot of good things the other day, worked really hard. I just hope it's not too much from the 2 games in that space of time as well.
And a gulf in class between this opposition.
Yeah, they've got to work hard, that midfield. It's a massive challenge, and they've got to just be disciplined. And I don't know if will be trusted to kind of do the dirty work in a way.
I mean, but let's be honest. If he goes with if he goes with Hendrick, oh my God,
I don't think he will. I think he'll actually go Malumbi, Cullen, and Knight. My concern, I think you have to have a balanced midfield tomorrow because, as I said, they're going to have a lot of the ball. We're going to have to really disrupt them. Malumbi does that. Knight isn't starting every week in League One for Derby, and that would be a concern for me. I think Smallbone showed the other night that he is that missing link. He gets into the pockets of space. He will create things. He will create things where Knight, he has that bit of ability, doesn't he? But I think you need the perfect balance tomorrow. You need your holder, you need your grafter, and you need your creator. And Smallbone's playing every week. Knight is in it. Like Conor Harahan's keeping Knight out of the Derby team. So we need to put that into context. And
you have to go with form. You have to go with form.
You have to go with form, but also if you look at the most recent form was Wednesday night, and Will Smallbone was our best player by a country mile.
No, and I agree. I think I like the Holy Trinity. Obviously, Jason Knight with Cullen and Malumbi. But I think Smallbone, as you say, Jason Knight isn't, he's in League One. He's not playing regularly. And we need Will Smallbone in there. And he impressed. Give him a chance. That's what I say. Up front, let's be honest, it's going to be Evan Ferguson and Obafemi again.
Yeah, I think so. I think it has to be. I
mean, Ogbene's great option to bring off the bench.
He is, yeah. Look, the thing with Ogbene, look, he's very popular. Very, very popular. He's having a good season with Rotherham. I think he's shown that for us, his best role is off the bench because he makes an impact. I think there's a lot of deficiencies with Ogbene in terms of end product, in terms of some of the basic things. But coming off the bench against tired legs, he's very, very difficult to play against between his pace, the ability to get in behind. He can cover a number of positions. And he's very, very effective off the bench. But you never know. There could be a wild card there where he throws him in. We'll see.
So, it's not a bad thing to have a super sub coming off the bench. No. It's not going right. It's a fantastic thing.
The bench is so important. Jurgen Klopp talks about finishers, doesn't he? The importance of finishers. Your bench, especially against these teams, is so important. And Ogbene, I mean, people forget that the starting team is only part of the formula. It's the lads who are coming off the bench and the role that they have coming off the bench that's very important as well.
Absolutely.
And the good thing coming on the back of that, I think, is Ogbene we'll be very confident and happy with the impact he had the other day. So will Johnson coming on as well. And look, I'm going to shock you here, and it might not be a popular decision, viewpoint this, but Jeff Hendrick will come on to shore up the 1-0 lead around 80 minutes. I'm so confident. That's why Jeff is coming on in games. I'm telling you, Jeff will know how to manage a game out and stuff. That's what his role is in the team now.
And Martin, and watch that 1-0 lead fucking disintegrate before your very eyes if he does. Right.
And stop drinking.
Yeah, please do. Right. We're going to get into the comments, lads, and then we're going to get wrapped up because we're all getting that. All antsy and in anticipation. I can't even speak now. I'm so tired. Do you know I actually had I woke up this morning and I thought, geez, I'm knackered. And I just realized the clocks went forward, didn't they?
Yeah.
I only got like about 2 hours skip. Right, okay, let's get into the comments. Stephen Ring. Great to meet you last night. And Han Leash, Chris Champs. How you doing, Stephen? Pleasure to meet you too. Thank you very much for supporting the podcast. We had a fantastic night. Hope you did as well. Robbie Bonfield. I'd start Mikey Johnson tomorrow night. Probably won't be our formation, but regardless whether he's playing or not with his club, he can dribble and ball and play football. Missed a glorious chance against Rangers in a League Cup final 3 years ago, and he's been scarred since then. He's back to ability. I think, well, there you go, lads. We're talking about impact subs. There's another one, Mikey Johnston.
Mm.
He came on, you bring him on the 75th minute against, hopefully a tired France, who played more recently than we have. He could unlock that defense, couldn't he? He could frighten the life out of them.
Yeah, I think so. He's unpredictable. And it's just where he plays, because if I don't think Kenny fancies him up top or as a wing back. So if Johnston comes on, he's going to put him on the wing. And by putting him on the wing, you go to a 2-man midfield, don't you? And that won't work against France. Like that might work against Latvia, no problem. It's not going to work against France. They will absolutely destroy us if we go to a 2-man midfield.
Fair enough. And going on to Michael Drew. Ireland to win 1-0 tomorrow night. Talk about me tomorrow night when it happens. We will mention you, Mr. Drew, in the post-match show when we come live from Lansdowne Road. Darrell O'Connor. Story, lads. Darren O'Grady. I'm going to read this in a sinister voice. What is it exactly that you think, Nick?
Jesus.
It's fucking sinister, is it?
That I think. Oh, that must have been when I got cut off, was it?
Yeah. Interesting nonsense on our YouTube channel. McLean has to start for his energy and expertise. Good man, interesting nonsense.
I think whoever you put in is going to give you energy. Because I think the intensity you have to bring against France will be huge. And I mean, it's all well and good having energy. And McLean has improved. We've spoken about how much McLean has improved under Kenny, and that's translated into his club form. But even the other night, like the ball was available. It came out to the sideline, and all McLean had to do was maybe take the touch, and he just flies into the tackle. So there's kind of footballing smarts that have to come into it against the French. You can't be reckless against them at all, and that would be my concern.
They are clever. They're going to get free kicks. They're going to manage the referee well and stuff. This is a massive test even from that way as well. They're very, very shrewd international outfit, as we know.
Absolutely. Moving on again. Owen Kavanagh, how are you doing, Owen? Great to meet you again last night, lads, and sound for all the badges. Class night, and it was. What badges is you talking about? We'll look at this one here. See that there?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that just a delicious badge?
Delicious.
Brain Machine Podcast. We're going to be selling those very soon, lads. Just saying. We've got a pack available. And Martin has a briefcase in him. He'll be selling them outside the Aviva Stadium. Cash only. Just look for the sheepskin jacket, Martin the Greek. But they will be going on sale very soon. Just one more look at those. Look at those beautiful badges. Class.
Lovely.
Beautifully made. Darrell O'Connor on our YouTube channel. And by the way, thank you very much. Lovely, lovely chap. Met him in Malta, actually. Really nice guy. Darrell O'Connor on our YouTube channel. McLean has improved creative-wise under Kenny and will get stuck into them. But Brady on this day can, in my opinion, use his wand of left foot to create something. Very true. But as we said, Darrell, can he do it for 90 minutes? He's not playing regular football and doesn't have the best track record, unfortunately, in terms of fitness. Darrell O'Connor again. And Finn's just scored one up against the Nordies to make this Sunday even better. There you go. What is the green machine, I suppose? Declan Leonard. Stephen Kenny starting to bottle it. Just doesn't trust young players anymore. Well, maybe so. Although to be fair, the average
He's
age
extremely trusting of young players, I would have
20,
said.
23 years of age, wasn't it?
Yeah, 23 years is
Yeah.
the average.
Yeah.
Evan Ferguson's our forward at the age of 18. There's no way he doesn't trust youth, and that's what I think we've got to be patient with. We're playing one of the best teams in the world, and we are not expected to win. Let's be very honest about it. They're going to learn an awful lot from tomorrow night, and hopefully it's a positive experience for them.
Lovely. Martin, an interesting one here from Stephen Ring.
God.
Going back to what Martin said about Adele being talked up, I think part of that was because he had to make a reason for Manning not being in the squad. Nail on the head, Stephen. It's true. He has to justify it, Martin.
Well, he had to justify he left Brady out as well, didn't he? So he had to say.
We're not talking about Brady, Martin. We're talking about Callum Adele.
No. Yeah, exactly. But...
Did you just mute Martin?
Nope. In the squad, and he obviously sees him as a left wing back. So, and he named him as the best player at Cardiff and stuff. So I think that's how it kind of works there.
Sorry, we got cut off there a little bit, Martin. Just to let you know, you're actually talking real sense there for once. Darryl O'Connor back in our YouTube channel. Doherty never does it for me in an Ireland shirt. Smallbone made him look okay. Actually, that was the point I was thinking of. He was caused for the Latvia goal, similar to him being fault versus Scots away, giving too much space. Darryl, totally agree with you there. Will Smallbone did make him look very good. He was getting stuck in, wasn't he? That's what he was doing what the wing backs supposed to be doing. That's why you have wing backs. They're supposed to overlap. They're the ones supposed to be getting the crosses into the box.
He didn't play, as I said, captaining his country for the first team, and I didn't think he played much intensity. And I think there was two factors there. I think the fact that he hasn't played in so long, and also the fact that he was probably saving himself a bit for the French. He probably didn't want to do an injury, especially. And the thing as well, lads, like Coleman's probably out, and I'd say Kenny was probably saying, "Look, Matt, we've no right back to come in unless you want to play fucking Alan Brown, who's not a right back and he's a good player."
Didn't mention the poor bastard.
And he's probably thinking, "Look, we're very light in cover at right back, so maybe don't go full throttle." I don't know, maybe not, but just be my view on it.
David Hayes. Brady still has it. He does, David, but does he have it for 90 minutes? I don't think he does. That's just my opinion. Interesting nonsense again on the YouTube channel. We need to be more pragmatic tomorrow night. If we're too open, France will steamroller us. They were happy to let Holland have the ball on Friday night and still scored 4. Interesting nonsense does make a good point because France had, I believe, bear with me now, 41% possession.
Yeah.
Obviously compared to Holland's 59% possession. I can't speak tonight. That is true. They are obviously just very efficient with the ball, but when you have players like Mbappe, you can be. As I said, I think we're going to have the perfect game. Do we sit back, try to hit them on a break, i.e. Germany at home, or do we try and take the game to them like back in the old days and see what happens? But we'll find out tomorrow. David Hayes again. Can you discuss at some stage the elephant in the room? Castori merch is terrible. Well, I've seen his shirt. Martin, you've held the shirt. What did you make of it? Nick, I know you like it.
I like the shirt. I like the shirt, but I don't really like the other bits and pieces of the training gear. And even the under 21s today, they wore the Umbro tracksuit out and then wore the Castori jersey for the game. I like the jersey. I like it, and I'm very fussy on jerseys.
Yeah.
I have seen it up close and held the shirt in my hands and stuff. Yeah, the material is quite kind of silky, kind of. It's actually okay. I'm not sure about the tracksuit stuff that I've seen, but yeah, it's okay. I think you need to see it in the flesh, up close and personal. It's all right. I mean, I didn't pick up tracksuit bottoms off the floor or anything like that, even though you made false allegations about that. I wasn't really.
No, only Callum Adele does.
But no, it's all right. But no, I think I saw a lovely top last night on, Stephen Kenny's is a really nice top. I like the fact they've all got initials on their tops as well to let us know who they are. It's quite good because a lot of people don't, some of the people in the kind of background of with different roles are
moving on.
Yeah, I've never known people outside the actual footballing side of things have initials on their gear, but there you go. It's all about May feigning.
May feigning, eh? No, enough for that now. I've seen it actually up close in the shop window at marathon sports or lifestyle sports in Grafton Street, which is actually refreshing to see an Irish shirt on sale in a shop that is an Elvery's or Martin Suitcase. So there you go. It looked okay, but I won't be buying it anyway. 80 euros.
I saw a very nice jersey last night, actually, and it wasn't a Castori one.
Yeah, get that photo up, Dave.
What you mean? You mean this one?
Oh, very nice. Just do it, eh?
There we go. Yeah, just for the audio listeners, that's Nick stroking his nipples. Darrell O'Connor. To be fair with Hendrick, when he scored against Portugal away, you can hear him shouting at the lads, stay, stay, stay. So good off the ball experience, but the rest is concerning. Yeah, Darrell. Just no. I just no. I saw it myself.
I'd prefer Hendrick in there than Alan Brown.
Oh Jesus, you'd prefer anybody in there. You'd prefer a traffic cone.
I prefer Cyrus Christie in there than Alan Brown.
Martin Neal would prefer that. All right. Look, I mean, with Hendrick, I watched him against Ukraine, and he literally stood there in a two-man midfield with Josh Cullen. And he just watched Josh Cullen run around like a madman trying to put fires out in the kitchen.
I also think the fact that he was playing, I also think that's down to the fact he was playing in a two-man midfield as well. So, it depends on how it's set up as well. But
yeah,
no, look, Hendrick's experienced. He does offer more than some other midfielders that Kenny could pick, i.e. Alan Brown. So it could be worse. It could be worse than Hendrick.
It can't be. It can't. Yeah, Conor Harran. Anyway, Bill Gain, how are you doing, Bill? Only tuning now, mixing up with Facebook tonight. That's Bill from Irish Football Blog. How are you doing? Stephen Ring. Seen a stat earlier that McLean has made the most tackles in the championship. I think we need a Keane versus Netherlands in the first 5 minutes.
He's also got the most assists out of all those wing backs, including Manning, who isn't in the squad. So I think it's worth pointing that out. But I still wouldn't start him.
Absolutely. Darrell O'Connor back on our YouTube channel again. Got to get one of them badges off you, lads. Look, class. Yes, they are very class. They actually come in a pack of 3. So you got the orange one, you got the white one, and you got the green one. And they come in a pack of 3. And we're gonna have those up in the shop very, very soon. Will we tell them how much we're gonna charge to them, lads?
No. Tell them nothing.
No. You have to guess. You just put like a blank card in, and but yeah, they will be on sale very, very soon, but they are lovely. They come in a pack of 3 and they are quality. They are. They really are, actually. Martin got them sorted. They're really good for once. Steve, I'm very sorry, man. I give you a hard time. Those posters, I must admit, the posters look class. Martin got them made and they are outstanding. There's a picture of it again, but cracking job on that, Martin. Just thought I'd say. Right back into the comments. Stephen Ring, shout out to the under-21s too. Great performance in the second half. You wouldn't know they were down to 10 men. That's right. 1-0 down to Iceland in Turner's Cross. Made it back to 2-1. Lads, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was out with family very quickly. Nick?
I was watching. Yeah, no, that's an experienced enough Iceland team, and they were taken over very nicely. Like, to put it into context, I mean, young Sam Curtis there at right back, he's 17. Boston Lawell, excellent. Andrew Moore, and he looks a seriously good player. And Tom Cannon was excellent too. Scored a great goal as well. Johnny Kenny, lovely finish towards the end. But no, look, decent performance. Again, it's a young 21s team, and I think that's worth pointing out. My big disappointment was that there was only 3 substitutions made. I think he should have, explored his pool. That's what friendlies are for. It's great getting the results, but at the end of the day, under 21 football, particularly friendlies, rankings don't really come into it there. It's all about development. It's all about seeing what's available to you. And it's great to get a win. It's important for morale, but look, there's a lot of young lads that were brought over who should have been given a twist and they weren't. But look,
fair enough.
Overall, very positive. It was great.
Awesome.
Cannon, by the way, looks a seriously good player.
Right, and on to the last comment, and we're going to wrap things up, lads. Darrell O'Connor, some of the training gear with Castori is awful, and with some of them, the crest and Castori logos on opposite ends. The crest should always be on your left. That's my left, yep. Or right when looking at it. And Darrell O'Connor continues. He's given out about it, but he's still going to buy it, as Will Martin. And
as we will, definitely will. And I just want to kind of finish again. This is my little ranty time now. I thought I was very inspired last night at the we know a lot of people knock Stephen Kenny, don't they, on how he is not great in front of the media and stuff.
Martin's had a few.
He had a good chat last night, like with a lot of us. And I think when they've done a video, I thought that was quite funny because I was thinking about, Jesus, I hope it's not really upsetting like Napoleon or something. And mentioning shite like that, 1798 rebellions and the French and Wolf Town and stuff like that. I thought it might be really political with the French, but he loves the video. I don't know who does them. Maybe I should get you to do it, Dave, after the wonderful ones last night. But he was really getting passionate into his speak in last night about the match, obviously ahead, and the challenge he's going to offer. So fair play to him. And before I go, because I've got to go, because it's really, really busy in the pub here. It's getting loud now. I've got to give a shout out to my some family members as well. Liam's watching it over here. My daughter Grace as well. I did indulge myself last night on the show, didn't I? The show reel on the screen, the presentation thing.
Every picture had you in it.
I mean, you were so close to having your initials on your gear, Martin.
I was.
You're one step away from that.
It kind of was, and I just want to clarify. I don't work for the FAI. I don't have any tickets for the games. Thanks for all the messages asking me, and
you deserve it, Martin.
A lot of people told us we were never going to be successful at this, and we're getting there, lads. We're doing really well. And don't let the doubters and haters hate us. And I'm really encouraging everyone tomorrow to really support the team. I'm going to be up there. Meet us before the game if you want. We'll do selfies with you. I'm going to have my I'm going to have Kian with me, Erin as well. I've got to give a shout out to her. I'm actually getting messages. Please give a shout out. And obviously Grace. And my wife Caroline is very supportive, and she loved meeting you last night. She loved that Dave made a big effort with his dress sense when he arrived and we put him into a different shirt. She loved that Nick didn't go asleep mid-meal and done very well. And I just want to thank also all the. This is like my speech, isn't it? I didn't get to do one, Will. But no, I thought it was a fantastic night last night as well. And look, the Irish support is massively important. And let's just make the Aviva rock tomorrow and have a fantastic night.
What was it you said to me? Like, he goes, what he said to us, Nick? He goes, oh yeah, just dress casual, like smart casual.
Yeah, smart casual. And we turn up and everyone's in fucking suits.
Yeah,
David ended up in a football jersey.
Yep,
a lovely football jersey.
I was bullied into that actually, but I was the best dressed person.
Yeah,
last night, just saying.
You were there in 2019, and you were really smart then.
It's all gone downhill.
Yeah, that's what COVID did. What was it you said? I said, Martin, and I said that to you. Like you said, smart casual. Yeah, I said smart casual, not fucking homeless. It's like, oh, that's charming, isn't it? But yes, I ran into the Jacks and got this changed. And
saw the posters in the Jacks.
Yep. It's great. She posted everywhere.
Next year, lads, we should actually get the memo that you're meant to have your initials on all your stuff. So we'll know that for next time.
Absolutely. One very, very last comment, and I'm going to read this out. It's quite pertinent to last night, and it's from Stephen Ring. Well, first of all, Darrell O'Connor, onto an Irish win tomorrow. Enjoy, lads. All the best, Darrell. But Stephen Ring, was it just me, or did Kenny get very emotional talking about Giles last night and spent about 20 minutes sitting down with him? He did get very emotional. You could feel this job means everything to Stephen Kenny. Look, we've been massive supporters of Stephen Kenny, and also we've been critics as well, although some people won't believe that. But this job means everything to him. This is not a stepping stone for Stephen Kenny. And I want to see him succeed. I want to see, hopefully we'll go out, get a result against France, qualify for the Euros, and everything's great. But yeah, he is absolutely, like, he was very emotional. And you can really, really feel it in him, can't you, lads, very quickly. Like, it means everything to him.
It really does. And I mean, he did say that John Giles is a legend. Look, we've got some videos as well. We will post them. We didn't want to post them before the match. And, the context of them won't be lost, I don't think, because it just shows how passionate he is in front of the fans, basically. And that's what it was about last night. And he does recognise the fans. I mean, Nick, you had a lovely moment as well. Wished him all the best and said thanks to him. And he kind of pulled you back and said, I really, really appreciate that. He's got a load of time for the fans,
He really does.
We've got Keith Andrews coming over to us in West London in the 21st of April on a Friday night in London, and he said, "Oh, Keith's coming over to you, isn't he, Martin?" He's just lovely. He's very personable. Yeah. We want him to do well. You know, I know we are impartial. We'll criticise Kenny and we'll criticise Ireland when the lads don't perform. But we want him to do well. We want Ireland to do well. Surely that's what everyone does. And I think the point about him with Giles, it was a lovely moment. He had 20 minutes with him there. And
he did.
You know, he really values the opinion of Giles. And Giles is really one of them who, you know, gets behind the team, wants to see Ireland do well, knows it's like a new modern generation of football now. So, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. Right, lads, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for coming on. Thank you for your comments at home. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go to our website, greenmachinepodcast.com, greenmachinepodcast.com. Easy for me to say again. Also, give us a subscribe on our YouTube channel. And, we're going to see you tomorrow. We're going to be live from the stadium anyway for the pre-show, pre-match foreplay, and hopefully the post-match celebration. Anyway, we're going to see how it goes, lads. But listen, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow night, and all the best. And come on, you boys in green. I just never have it lined up. I never have the fucking video lined up. I swear to God.
There's the Haribo.
I swear to God. Actually, no. Tell you what, I'm going to play this video out one more time. I don't think this got the recognition it deserved, and it's going to take us out.
Alright, let's have a look at this then. There we go.
It's really cool. Totally impressed. It's gorgeous and well impressed.
You can see straight away that's Ireland, you know, that's...
Happy. I'm happy with that. I don't know, I just love it. Gives me goosebumps.